We have Tinna Rubber, which is another stock that's in focus today. Now, the stock is up over 2% in trade, and it has more than tripled since the beginning of the year. Now, we spoke to Gaurav Sekhri, who is the MD of the Tinna Group, to understand the company's growth and business outlook. Listen in as we wrap up this edition of Large Trades.
Essentially, we are an end-of-life tire recycling business. We take tires which have reached their end of life. They are not of any use anymore. Those are the tires we take, and we process them to recover materials. This form of recycling is called material recycling, and it is considered the highest and the most environment friendly form of recycling, and essentially that's because it supports complete circularity. We are recovering materials like rubber, steel, fiber, and processing each of them so that they become compatible to be used in new products. That is really, a quick summary of what we do. We specialize within tires. We specialize in recycling truck and bus radial tires. We started PCR, which is passenger car radial recycling, a year ago. We are now looking at off-road tires. So essentially, we material recycle end-of-life tires.
And do you then eventually make a finished product, or is it the core product that comes out of this recycling? What happens next? Because I see that you have two segments as well, industrial and consumer. So tell us what happens. What's the end product? Sure.
So we do not do downstream products. We only make raw materials which are then used essentially for three applications: industrial, consumer, and as well as infrastructure. A very large application for us is use of rubber in making of roads. The government of India, about 20 years ago, came up with a very good policy in use of rubber in roads, and especially high traffic roads. So we were as a country kind of making green roads way before people were even talking about it. And that's a very large part of our business. But also we recover the rubber that we recover, we treat it for it to go back in making new tires, and we work with all the tire majors for that. And the third segment is consumer products, which is more, with products like rubber mats, gym tiles, pavement, sports surfaces, etc. But you effectively manufacture the rubber, and then it's used in various industrial and consumer products. Various applications. And steel, we spoke about steel is easy. Steel is easy to recycle. It just goes back in melting. Although we do some value addition in steel as well before we pass it on. Okay. Now, before I get to the numbers, just tell us a bit about the capacities that you have right now for each of these segments and the revenue distribution between these. And how do you expect these to shape up both in capacity and contribution segment-wise, let's say at the end of the next 3 years? Sure. So for us, we are recycling about 150,000 tons of tires annually, and we are progressively working towards getting to 250,000 tons. That's in the form of some added capacity creation. We have 5 plants in India and 1 in Oman now, which was operational last year. So that's sort of our manufacturing footprint. Our revenues are divided with roughly 40% coming from the infra sector, which is rubber going in roads and related products, and almost 15 to 20% would be coming from the industrial sector, largely tires. Another 10% from alternate products other than tires, like conveyor belts and stuff, and the balance from the consumer sector.